Stuart personally drove me to that interview in Irvine from LA. And I mean, that just left the hugest impression on me because, I mean, what recruiter has that level of involvement in your success? I've been really enjoying freelancing because it allows me to just kind of do the work instead of doing a lot of talking about the work. It's kind of like you're on a satellite, right? You're reporting back to mission control on a certain cadence, and you can be like, hey, this exciting thing happened, like it's really cool, and you kind of have a lot more ownership over your own project. And that's what we ultimately want as engineers. We want to have a big impact. We want to be in a role that's meaningful. Personally, like, I want to be challenged in roles that I get, and they're hard to find. Like, you would think like, oh, let me just go knock on the front door at Google and surely I'll be put on a project that's difficult, but that just doesn't actually happen. It's you have to be perfect time and place. Stu for sure has this uncanny ability to know when that time is, and then that's when I hear from him. He doesn't bring any role that isn't absolutely worth it. These interviews go back and forth for usually a month, just to get to the end and be like, oh, the salary didn't meet expectations, or they actually wanted me to move across the country and they didn't mention that until the end. It's happened with Hampton North. Like, they had these ducks in a row already, and so I could feel good going into the interview, and it made me want to perform that much more. I've been in several roles now where I was hired for maybe like DevSecOps, for example, and then once I got there, it was more of a surprise, and discovered that it was more like corporate security bordering on IT was like 60% of the role. And that's tough because, you know, the short story there is like my skill set has been completely underutilized in that role. I don't know what their method has been, but Hampton North has been consistently really good at knowing these kind of like high level key points, almost as if you were going to like get drafted to a baseball team or a football team, right? And you're in the pro leagues. Like, you'd kind of want to know, like, okay, where's the team at with their budget? Like, who are they also possibly drafting? I mean, Spencer, from the first phone call, within the first few sentences of talking about the role, he knew that it was like a hybrid position of application security and DevSecOps. And, you know, sure enough, when I got into the role, that is exactly what the job entailed. So it helped me, not even just in the interview, but in the job for months thereafter, to be able to really execute and have good impact on that role and feel good about what I was doing. And of course, also developing my skills further.